When I was young, I had it all planned out, that something big was down the road.
Throughout the past 2 weeks, I have been on a road trip with the family. We went through 12 states, over 6,000 miles, and our car is disgustingly dirty. You could say that we could just take it through a regular car wash, but that is where you'd be sorely mistaken, because on our trip, I don't know if you can see that super well, but I'm pretty sure I wiped out an entire colony of grasshoppers. If you take it through an automatic car wash at this point, you are going to get a lot of scratches in your car. So today I'm going to show you the simple steps that you need to take to get your car shining like brand new. Let's go. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get these disgusting wheels and rims clean. Now you can use whatever tools you're used to using, but I got a kind of like a stick brush to get into the barrels of the rims. I got a softer one. I like to use, let's see if I can find it here, these little paint brushes to get all the areas. But no matter what tool you use, you just want to be very careful not to scratch your car. Don't use any metal. And get this just nice and sudsy. Rinse it off first and get it nice and clean. After you do the wheels, then we're going to be doing the paint. We want to get the dirtiest part done first because we don't want
Not
scratches.
be a failure if I don't. That's when you say, hey, my love, we're nowhere near the end. There'll come a day, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet. So I went down to the water and found my faith, because I don't wanna be stuck in the good old days. That's when you say, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet. This life is heavy with an overload, like every door I see is shut. But when we're sinking to our deepest low,
And you just do that with all 4 tires, and then we will be ready for the body of the car. I do the wheels first for kind of 2 reasons. First, I don't like cleaning the wheels, so I just get that out of the way. Second, because they are the dirtiest part of the car, so I want to get those nice and clean before I wash what is arguably cleaner than the wheels were. Now on mine, the front wheels were caked, I kid you not, with grasshoppers. The back wheels were fairly clean. They were just full of dust. One very important thing that you want to do when you're washing your car after a long road trip is you want to use one bucket, completely different, for your wheels, and then other buckets for the body of the car. The reason why you do want to do this is because the wheels are very dirty. So if you use the same water and the same soap, you are gonna get scratches all over your paint. With that being said, let's transition. What I have here is I have my bucket with the soap, and then I have a bucket just of water. Now, why do I use 2 buckets? Well, first of all, when the car is really dirty, your mitt is going to absorb a lot of the dirt particles that are on your car. You don't want to put that dirty mitt back in the clean soap, so it's really like a rinse. Today, I am using Chemical Guys products. I use a plethora of different ones. I do like Chemical Guys, I like Adams polishes, and I like Ammo as well. It's just really dependent on what you want, but do not use something like Dawn dish soap that's made for washing your dishes, because what that's going to do is take off all of the protectant that you currently have on your car. So now, very simply, we are going to rinse top to bottom, and then we're going to use a foam cannon, get this nice and sudsy for good lubrication, and then we'll start washing it. It's really not all that difficult. It just takes a little bit of time, and I promise you, it is way better than an automatic wash.
We've got nowhere to go but up. That's when you say, my love, we're nowhere near the end.
Now, I use a 1500 PSI pressure washer. I believe that anything really more than that, you are gonna get visual particles off, but I do think that it could be a little bit harsh for the paint, but you just need to really make your own decisions. For me, the 1500 PSI is the perfect amount. Now that we rinse that off, we're gonna go ahead and get the foam cannon out, foam it up, and then we'll begin the wash.
Yeah. There'll come a day, I swear you ain't seen nothing.
I'm going with a little bit lighter foam spray. It's because I just want a good mixture of water and soap. I'm gonna let that soak for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna start using the mitt. I promise you guys, this method will clean your car sparkly clean. It does take a little bit of extra time. There's really no way around it, but it is gonna look beautiful, so stick with me. Now comes my favorite and easiest part. This is instant gratification at its finest. We are now going to use our mitt and wipe it down. You want to put enough pressure on, but not too much where you're creating swirl marks in there. And again, for me, I use a 2-bucket method, soapy water and then fresh water. You'll see how that goes. It's really up to you what you want to do and how much you want to protect your paint, but this is my way.
So I went down to the water and found my faith, because I don't wanna be stuck in the good old days. That's when you say, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet.
White is very hard to tell when it's dirty, but I promise you this is the dirtiest I have ever seen this car. You want to do that to the rest of the car, then we'll rinse it off and we will be happy campers. Our last step now is going to be using this detail speed wipe. I was going to ceramic spray the car. I'm going to be doing that in a couple weeks, probably off camera here, but we want to dry it off, and to do that I use this Chemical Guys speed wipe. It works really well. I think the car looks absolutely amazing so far. The wind is picking up. One thing I wanted to mention was I happen to be doing this on a very nice and cool day. It's about 65 degrees and in the shade. When you wash your car in the sun, you only want to do little panels at a time. You definitely want to get it in the shade if you can, but you've got no option. Just work a little bit at a time.
Oh, I went down to the water and found my faith. Bow my head for the blessings that come my way. There'll come a day, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet. So I went down to the water and found my faith, because I don't wanna be stuck in the good old days. That's when you say, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet.
Again, using side-by-side motions, not swirling motions. You just want to use that spray and get it nice and clean with a very clean microfiber towel. And just like that, we are all done. One of the reasons why this doesn't take me a super long time is because a lot of the stuff I did off camera, I just did some quick wipes to get the point across. But I also have several coats of protection on here. So I got a ceramic coat and I wax it more often than most people, I would say, which does help the bugs get off way better. Speaking of the bugs, in the front I had a ton of grasshoppers and a ton of just random bugs on there. It did take me about 20 minutes just to do the front bumper. Just take your time, be patient. You don't have to get it 100% if you don't want to, but just get it as good as you feel that you need to get it to be comfortable with it. 2-bucket method for the washing. Use a separate bucket for the wheels because they are nastily dirty. If you have a foam cannon, use it. It's a little bit gimmicky, but I do like it to add some extra lubrication on there. Get a good set of soaps for your car. You can use any product that you want. I tend to use Chemical Guys or Adams polishes. Sometimes I use Ammo, but what you will have when you're all done is a beautifully clean, in my case, Porsche. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was 6,000 miles of grime over 12 states that we went through, and it cleaned up very nicely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys click like, comment, subscribe. Awkward I-5 and Tyler will be back at some point.